So the question of today's video, should Kent Hughes at first overall draft his son? I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you. No, of course, Jack Hughes, not that Jack Hughes, the New Jersey Devils. Kent Hughes, the general manager of the Montreal Canadiens. His son plays for Northeastern, and he's eligible for the 2022 NHL draft. And not only that, yeah, he's not as good as the other Jack Hughes in New Jersey, but he's still a really good player, and he's ranked 26th amongst North American skaters. And in general draft rankings, from everything I've seen, he's ranked between 30 and 45. So, again, it's a little bit of a stretch. We know that Montreal has the first overall pick. They've got the 26th overall pick via the Calgary Flames, which is still a first rounder. And then, don't forget, and this is the interesting one for me, is that the Habs have a second round pick, okay, that's 33rd overall, and they have another second round pick that's from Edmonton in the Brett Kulak trade. And they're going to be slotted right around where Jack Hughes is ranked. And it's going to be interesting if Kent Hughes and his brass decide to maybe draft his own son into the Montreal Canadiens organization. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. Like, he made a few jokes at the Combine, Kent did, about not drafting his son first overall. And then his son came out as, hey, that's a big mistake. That's a big mistake. But he didn't say anything about not picking him a bit later. How cool would that be as a father-son moment? And you know what? It's not like this guy's a plug. Like, okay, you can't look at the name and say, oh, he's not as good as the other Jack Hughes, so he's a plug. That's not how this works. Like, the guy's been described as a team-first center who's not afraid to be a little bit physical. And he's got a really, really good skill for stick handling. So, I mean, the guy can be pretty good. And as a centerman, look, he's not going to wow you with his offense. Like, if we look at his numbers as a statistics go for this past season with Northeastern, in 39 games, 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points. That's also college hockey, so you can't put too much stock into that. But he's being a really, really good prospect, and I think that he could crack the league as a second-round pick. He's seeming like he might be a pretty good player here. And again, scouts have described this guy as not being elite in any one area, but he's really good at a lot of different things, which is what you want. It's like, think of Thomas Plekanec, okay? Maybe there's a couple of things you could have said that Plekanec was very high-end in, especially on the defensive side of the puck, but he wasn't elite in anything. He was just very, very good at a ton of different stuff, and look how that turned out. Plekanec is an incredible player, was anyways. So this guy, Jack Hughes, could end up being of that similar mold. Am I saying he's the next Thomas Plekanec? No, I'm saying that in that same vein, that's the type of player we might be looking at. Okay? And honestly, I just think it would be a really great story, especially if he made the team. Because, like, I don't know, Kent Hughes doesn't strike me as the type of guy to really show favoritism, especially in his work. So I don't think he's going to say, oh, it's my son, I'm going to give him a free roster spot. It's not going to work like that. Not when you're GM of the Montreal Canadiens. Forget it. But that's where I'm looking at with those 2 second-round picks as a possibility for the Montreal Canadiens to select him. And don't forget, there's also a chance that he maybe slides down to 65th overall in the 3rd round as well for Montreal, but that is not a guarantee because, again, like I said, he's a pretty good player, and he's most likely going to be taken in the 2nd round, and if not, early 3rd round. So there's going to be, in my mind, 2 shots at the cannon here with those 2 second-round picks to take his own son. How cool would that be? Especially if he turns out to be a pretty decent player. Now, you should only take him if he's the best player available. Like, if Kent takes him and he's not the best player available, big miss. But he doesn't strike me as the type of guy to do that. Bergevin, maybe. But Kent Hughes, no, he's all business, okay? Especially as a former agent, he strikes me as a guy that's all business, and he wants to make his own team better. Whatever team his son goes to, none of his business right now. He's got to make his own team better. But yeah, that'll do it for me on this one, guys. Let me know what you think. Should Kent go and snag his own flesh and blood in the 2nd round with those 2 second-round picks, or do you think he might slide down to 65th? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. For more content like this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.